it's Megan, and today I'm really excited because I am going to answer your questions that you guys asked me on Instagram. And if you're not following me on Instagram, you really should. I post on there all the time. I do so many Instagram stories that I bet you guys are sometimes sick of me, but I like to ask you guys questions and polls on my Instagram stories, so definitely follow me on there. My name is megfish8 and I would love to have you there. So I asked you guys in one of those like little questions thingies to ask me anything you wanted to and that I would answer them in a video, and this is that video. So I got so many thoughtful, sweet questions, and I'm going to answer all the ones that I received, and I just wanted to thank you guys for caring to ask me a question and wanting to get to know me more. That is really, really meaningful to me and really special that you guys want to know more about me personally and stuff, and I just really was craving to do a Q&A. So I am really excited about these questions, and the first one that I got is such an awesome question, and it is from Maggie, and she asked me, what's my Hogwarts house? And I have an answer for this one, Maggie, and I have been really obsessed with my Hogwarts house and like what house I think that I belong in and stuff, and I would really recommend that you guys go to the Sorting Hat Chats Tumblr. One of my friend's boyfriends told me about this, and it has been on my mind ever since he did, and I've like asked my mom, and like we figured out what house she is, and we had a pretty good idea leading into it. But I am definitely a Hufflepuff, but with the Sorting Hats chat website, they talk about how you have a primary house and a secondary house. And if you like don't follow Harry Potter, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But in Harry Potter, there's like 4 main houses that people fall into, and it's Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin. And they all have like certain personality characteristics. So for my primary house, I am definitely a Hufflepuff. I am all about people. I'm a people pleaser. I want to be very inclusionary and kind to all people. But my secondary house is Slytherin, which sounds like I'm evil, but Hufflepuff and Slytherin are very similar in a lot of ways with like loyalty. And Slytherins are very loyal to specific people. So while Hufflepuffs are more like generally like people loving and wanting to help as many people as possible, Slytherins are very like particular and loyal to certain people. And I definitely have characteristics of both of those. But primarily, I am a Hufflepuff, and I have this awesome Hufflepuff shirt that I bought on Etsy, and so a badger is the Hufflepuff, like, mascot or whatever, and it says patient, just, and loyal, and I just absolutely love this shirt. My mom and I are going to a Harry Potter pub crawl in the fall, and so I got myself this one, and I got her a Gryffindor shirt. So if you really love like Harry Potter and you love like the house that you belong to or that you feel like you would belong to, I'm gonna link this seller down below because her illustrations are just amazing, and I just loved those 3 like primary characteristics of a Hufflepuff. And I'm not always patient, but I am definitely loyal, and I just thought this was a cute shirt. So thank you, Maggie, for asking me that question, because I was like so excited when I saw that question come in, and I would love to know what your Hogwarts houses are for all of you guys watching, because I find it super interesting, especially after reading that Sorting Hats chat website. They just go into so much detail about how they perceive, like they've interpreted J.K. Rowling's houses, and they've just really elaborated on it, and it's absolutely fascinating. Like, my mom is Gryffindor to a T, and I am very much Hufflepuff and Slytherin, which is funny because my friend Ryan, he's the same exact way, and he's Alyssa's brother, and Alyssa's my best friend, so it's interesting how she is best friends with someone that's very much like her brother, and I feel like I'm friends with people a lot like my sister, and my sister is friends with people that are a lot like me, so I just find that kind of stuff really interesting. So thank you, Maggie, for that awesome question. Okay, then I'm just gonna go randomly now. So Ava Shark Attacked asked, or Ava, sorry, what is your favorite Disney princess movie? I love Princess and the Frog. I've honestly never watched Princess and the Frog to like the full movie. I've watched some of it when I was on a plane ride, but I didn't watch the whole thing, so I need to watch that. But my favorite princess movie is Cinderella. I just love Cinderella. I don't know. There's just something so special about it. I feel like that was the movie I watched the most when I was a kid, and I have it on DVD now, so I watch it from time to time, and I just love that freaking movie. And I just saw Crazy Rich Asians, which I would really recommend everyone to see. It was fabulous. It was funny. It was amazing. Like the sets and stuff with all this like super extravagant like wealth and things like that was amazing. But there were like certain parts that really reminded me of Cinderella. So I would really recommend Crazy Rich Asians. Jalen asked me, how did I get into marketing? So this is actually a really interesting, like to me it's interesting. When I was in freshman year of college, I went in undecided, but in my heart, I felt like I was going to become a writer. I really wanted to be a writer. I loved all my writing and English classes in high school. My mom is a writer, and I just felt very drawn and passionate, and I have hairs all over me, about writing. But I took some writing classes my freshman year of college, and it was just, it's one of those things that I'm passionate about, but I don't like to be critiqued about. So I didn't particularly like my writing classes in college, and so I looked at our course manual, which is like a book basically, and I read through every single course in every single major, and I circled all the ones that seemed interesting to me. And the majors that I had the most circled, that's what I wanted to explore. So the ones that I had the most circles in were communications, which is like public relations, marketing, all that kind of stuff, marketing business side of things, and then psychology. So those were the three like main things: communications, marketing, and psychology that I took classes in. So I majored in communications, and I was specifically in PR, on the PR track, but I realized in my, I think my junior year of college, that I did not like PR. I find it to be slimy, it can be slimy, and just not really what I wanted to do with my life, and I felt really drawn to marketing. So thankfully I was already minoring in marketing, so I had a lot of marketing classes. So I majored in communications, minored in marketing, and pretty much all of my electives I took in psychology, and I love psychology. I love psychology and sociology. I find those to be super fascinating. I love reading like marketing psychology books, because marketing is a lot about psychology and understanding how people do things and why people do things, and like convincing them to do things. And I don't know, I just find it all so interesting to me, and so that is how I got into marketing. And I was just really lucky out of college, after I worked at Bed Bath & Beyond for a few months, to get a full-time job where part of my responsibilities were marketing for a company, and then now I get to do marketing full-time, which is amazing. Okay, Kate asked me, hey Kate, what are your recommendations for people visiting Philly or New York? Oh my god. I feel like I could do videos, especially on Philly, like places to go in Philly. The main areas that I really love are near the convention center, and like, I don't know what the town name is called, but the restaurants that I really love in Philly are all pretty much around the same area. And if you love Mexican food, go to ELPH. It is amazing. Definitely get their guacamole and their tacos. It's just such a cool vibe in there, and it's packed all the time, so definitely make a reservation. If you love Greek food, go to Opa. It is like fancy Greek food, so it's definitely like Americanized, but they have pastitsio, which is my favorite Greek dish, so I really recommend that. If you love, sushi, oh my god, the best sushi in Philly, in my experience, is like 1 225 Raw or something. I will link all these restaurants down below, but it has Raw in the name of it, and you can either sit inside, or if it's nice outside, they have an outdoor area between two buildings, and it is just such a wonderful place to just sit and enjoy some delicious sushi. They have such great sushi. I'm all about food, so whenever I go to different cities, I just love to get their food. And then my sister lives in University City in Philly, and so there's a lot of great places around there in walking distance from UPenn and Drexel, and so you could just explore around there. And Kelly Drive is gorgeous. If you like to like walk or run or bike, Kelly Drive in Philly is a great place, right on the water to walk, bike, run, whatever you want to do. And Boathouse Row at night that you can see from the highway is gorgeous. There's just this strip of houses right on the water that they call Boathouse Row, and they all are lit up at night. Like the border of the houses and the windows are all lit up, and it is just so pretty. It is, I really, really love Philly and want to spend more time there. I feel like whenever we go, we're just picking Rachel up and leaving. But those areas in particular I love. Penn's Landing is also a really cool place in Philly. I had to look it up because I couldn't remember the area names, but Penn's Landing is really awesome, and they have a few different like outdoor bars that you can go to, including Morgan's Pier. That's really fun in the summer. It's just like this huge, it's kind of like boardwalk type of feeling, but it's a restaurant, just like a huge one, and so you can just stand, and it's all outdoors, and I had a birthday party there. It's super fun. If you love gay bars, you have to go to the Gayborhood, and especially Eye Candy is so much fun. Oh my god, you will have a blast just dancing all night long. And near Penn's Landing, I don't know what the area is particularly called, but it's all like cobblestones, and they have so many cool bars there. Sassafras is one of my favorite bars in Philly. It's just a really like tiny, it seems just like an old school bar where it's like super dark in there and only like candles. It is such a great place for like a date, or even just to go and have a nice drink, and just all around that area is just so fun. New York, I don't know quite as well. I went to New York quite a few times last year, but I didn't really get to like explore necessarily. I want to do more of that, but I do really love Brooklyn. That is probably my favorite area that I've found in New York. I also really love Greenwich Village near the Hudson River. It's just, that is like a super high-end, beautiful area, brownstones and all. It is just a really wonderful place to go if you just want to walk around and like pretend to be a New Yorker. I think that that area is really awesome, but Brooklyn is probably where my heart lies within the New York area. I just find it really, really like my vibe. So definitely let me know if you want more specific recommendations, and I can try to look up places I've been, but off the top of my head, those are like the main ones. Danielle asked me if I'm still thinking about living on the West Coast when I move out. So when I went to California a few years ago, I was like determined that when I moved out, it would be to California. And I think that's so sweet of you, Danielle, that you remember that. And I still love California, and I still want to go back to the West Coast, but in like a really realistic sense, I do not see myself moving to the West Coast, at least not anytime soon. And I was thinking about this last night, and I would love to move out somewhere closer to my job, but still within the same area that I live, because pretty much all my family is here. Rachel is only about an hour and a half away, and as much as I would love to move, I really love Nashville, I would love to move there or somewhere a little bit different. I feel like everything I love is here, and I don't know, I'm such a family person, and I have so many ties here, and I feel like it's best in my heart to stay here, and my job is here and stuff like that. Like if I got some incredible opportunity somewhere else, I would not pass it up, but it would be a really big decision to move somewhere else. So for now, I am looking nearby to still live on the East Coast, but living on the West Coast is definitely like one of those dreams. Like I think it would be absolutely amazing to one day live in California. Dalen asked me if I was on death row, what would be my final meal? Well, one, I hope I'm never on death row. But for a final meal, I would definitely choose my mom's chicken and biscuits. She has been making chicken and biscuits for as long as I can remember, and she only really makes it probably like once a year, usually in the winter time because it's a nice like cozy meal, but sometimes she'll make it for me for my birthday if I ask for it, but usually in the winter time. And there's just something about my mom's chicken and biscuits that I have always just loved so much. It's so cozy, it's so heartwarming, and I don't know, it's just my favorite meal. So that is definitely what I would want as my final meal. She also asked me what is my #1 makeup item and #1 skincare item. So I was thinking about this and I picked like broad categories for my #1 items because I don't particularly have like a #1 favorite, but definitely #1 categories. So for skincare, my #1 category is definitely cleanser. Or no. So for skincare, my #1 category is definitely moisturizer. I am just obsessed with moisturizing. I just feel like my skin is so much happier after it's moisturized. I love cleansing. Like cleansing is the #1 most important thing to me. But if I were to pick like the step that I love the most, I feel like it's moisturizer. Moisturizer and cleanser, that's like a really hard choice, but moisturizer is what I chose, and the product that I have right now is the Saturday Skin Waterfall Glacier Water Cream. This is actually in my empties. It's completely used up. I loved this as a lightweight but very hydrating moisturizer. So moisturizer and cleanser, it's hard to pick between those, but I did pick moisturizer. And for makeup, I definitely picked mascara. Mascara is my #1 product. I think mascara, like other than like lip gloss and stuff, mascara was one of the first things that I really loved. Like, okay, eyeliner in middle school and high school, let's not like kid ourselves, that's what I used. But I remember vividly buying mascara and being scared of it, but realizing how much I love it. So the two that I have right now that I love the most are L'Oreal Telescopic. That's what I'm wearing now. This is a really surprising mascara to me because this brush is like super weird and really spiky, but it really gives my lashes length and volume, which I was surprised about with this brush, but this is one I would definitely recommend. And then the Maybelline Total Temptation. I have the waterproof, but I really want to get the normal one again because I don't use waterproof as much, but this has a really great like fluffier brush, and this does not, even the non-waterproof does not transfer on me. I had to stop using L'Oreal Voluminous, which has been my favorite forever. I had to stop using it because it just always transferred on me, and no matter what I did, I just looked like a raccoon by the end of the day. So these two do not do that to me, and mascara, if I could only have one makeup product, I would definitely pick mascara. So thank you for your questions, Dalen. Then C Talbot 90 asked me what shampoo, conditioner, and products do I use for my hair. So I really only use shampoo and conditioner, sometimes a hair mask or something, but the shampoo and conditioner I love are the Giovanni Too Chic Blackberry and Coconut Milk Repairing Shampoo and Conditioner. These are like little travel sizes, but this is what the full size looks like as well. I love this packaging. First of all, like purple ombre, that's like me to a T. I just love it so much. And this is what I've used for the longest period of time, like very consistently. And I've purchased like big bottles with pumps from Marshall's lately because I've tried different things, but nothing works for me as well as this. I have a really sensitive scalp and really sensitive like upper body skin, I guess, and most conditioners especially break me out. So these two products have never irritated me, never broken me out, and they just work for me super, super well. I have color treated hair and this doesn't strip out the color. It's very moisturizing, but not overly moisturizing. It's just pretty much perfect to me, and it smells amazing like coconuts. Like, it's literally the perfect shampoo and conditioner in my eyes. So that is pretty much the only hair products I use. Shelly asked me, how is my job? What do I do for work without saying where you work? And what is Rachel's major? So my job is amazing. I wish I could say where I work. I've chosen not to. Like, I could if I wanted to, but I've chosen not to say where I work just because it's the internet, you know? But my job is super awesome. Like, it's a job. It's not always fun. It's very stressful, like super stressful, compared to my last job. But what I do is I assist with the digital marketing team. So I'm on a small team of awesome people. Literally, I have the best team ever. I have the best boss, the best team. We just all really like click, and I feel like that helps so much with like brainstorming and stuff like that. I'm on a very specific project that is seen by the whole company. Like, I'm very visible to the whole company, which is rare for such a new person, but I am like the administrator of this project, and it just launched and it's going really well. But that is why things are so stressful, because like I'm the face of this project, and it's very exciting but very like intimidating at the same time. But I've been able to meet so many people very quickly in this company because of the project that I'm on, and I'm so thankful about that, because it's really hard as a new person in a larger company to meet a lot of people, because you're usually just in your team or within your department, and I get to meet people from all departments and all levels of the company. So it's really a great project. But once it kind of like is starting to roll out and it's like more so just a maintenance type of thing, I will be partaking in more like brainstorming sessions and like working on marketing campaigns and stuff, which, oh my god, that is just like so cool to me. So that is what I do for my work, and it definitely fulfills me so much more than my previous job, where marketing was part of my job but not a main part, and I was just really missing that passion and that fulfillment. So I'm super happy where I am now. And Rachel's major in college, she has like a very specific major, and I feel like terrible not knowing it as well, but it's pretty much like computer science. And I'll ask her after this video what it specifically is called, but she does like data science and computer science at her college, and she's just so smart. Like, I'm so proud of her. She's had so many amazing opportunities so far, and she just like keeps like taking everything that life is throwing at her, and she just like doing so well. I'm just so happy for her. So she is in her, I think this is her junior year now, but she's in a 5-year program. So, oh my god, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy because if she's this old, that means I'm really old. Okay, Dalen asked me, what is my all-time favorite TV show? Oh my god. Wow. That is so hard. What is my favorite TV show of all time? Oh my god. Like, literally, this is an impossible question, I feel like. I have to think about this. Okay, so I just thought about it, and I'm taking this in the perspective of if I could only watch one show for the rest of my life, like if I could just watch one show over and over, I would definitely pick Parks and Rec. I love Parks and Rec. Oh my god, I love so many shows, but I am sticking with my decision of Parks and Rec because it's hilarious, it's emotional, it's poignant, it's silly and crazy and quotable. Oh my god, it's everything. So I would definitely pick Parks and Rec, And yeah, I think that's what I'm going with. I love so many dramatic shows, but if I had to pick one show, I would definitely pick Parks and Rec, and I also feel like that's a show that I would recommend to anyone. I feel like anyone would like that show, and if you don't, you're a weirdo. Okay, Whitney asked me, what is my biggest travel goal for the next year aside from Disney? So next year in 2019 is batshit crazy with travel plans. So I'm going to Disney, I'm going to Jamaica with Alyssa, and I'm going to Las Vegas with my mom. So there's not much room for additional things. I think like a travel goal would be to get back to Ocean City, Maryland. Even though like I go there a lot, I feel like with all these travel plans that I already have, I'm nervous that I won't be able to go back next year, but I really, really want to, and I want to go every year. So that would be like a travel goal. And I guess like a more like general goal would be to explore more in my area and like in Philly, like I was just talking about. I feel like I go to the same places over and over and over, and I don't really explore outside of those main things. So even though I don't have like the time off to travel a lot of different places in the next year, I definitely want to explore more within my general area, and I feel like that's like a good travel goal. So that is definitely what I'm going to put my mind to for the rest of this year and next year, is to try out different places. Don't be so pigeonholed, because I really feel like I just go to the same places, which I love, but I'm sure there's so many places that I haven't even discovered that I would love just as much. So great question, Whitney. Taylor asked me, how do I remain so positive and appreciate everything? You're so inspiring. Thank you so much, Taylor. That is so sweet. I honestly don't know how I remain positive. I feel like I've always been a like positive person, and I've always been like smiley and bubbly and laughative and stuff like that. So it's just, I feel like part of my nature to appear positive, and so that I feel like in turn has made me more positive, because I feel like my appearance to the world is positive, and I don't know, it just like kind of rubs off on you and makes you feel positive, because if you're smiling, you feel like you just have to be positive. Like sometimes obviously fake it till you make it and smile and force yourself to be happy, but I feel like deep down, especially as I've gotten older, I definitely feel like I'm a more positive person than I am negative, and that's a process. Like I definitely have very negative days, and I've had very negative years, but overall I feel like I try to appreciate what I have, and I feel like I'm not great at appreciating everything I have, because I have so much that I need to be appreciative of and thankful of, but I try to be as appreciative as possible, especially for my family and my home and my job and my education and my body, like that it works, and all those things that, like those simple things. And I feel like I need to be more appreciative of the material things that I have, because I feel like when you have so much, you become less appreciative, and I definitely have sensed that within myself. Like even though I'm appreciative that I can purchase things, I feel like I'm not appreciative of the things I actually purchase. So it's really interesting, and it's something that I am actively trying to work on, but I guess I just feel like I have such a wonderful life, why not be appreciative of it? And I don't know. I feel like I'm just this way, and I try to be positive, but I'm glad that it comes across that way as well. And just know I'm not always positive, but I do try my hardest to be, and I just really appreciate you guys saying I'm inspiring and stuff. That's just so nice. Caitlin asked me, do you miss me? Because I miss you. Caitlin, I miss you every freaking day at work. I talk to Kristen, and I'm like, I wish Caitlin was here. We talk about you and just miss you, and we have to catch up soon, because it's just not the same without you. So yes, I miss you so much. Let's see. Taylor also asked me, can I do a meetup? I want to do a meetup, but meetups terrify me. Like, I have met subscribers and it's amazing. Like, I look back to those moments and I'm like, oh my god, that was so cool that like someone that actually watches me like came up to me and said hi, and those moments are just like so special to me and are like crystal clear in my memory. But to make a meetup, I don't know, I feel like that makes me really nervous, like to do it by myself. So I feel like I would have to do a meetup with someone else, just because would anyone even show up or like all those things? Like, I'm a person that if I plan something, I think about it too much and I don't want to do it because I overthink it and feel like it's going to be like a negative thing. So obviously I'm not always positive. But I want to do a meetup. I think that's something that is a goal for me to do that, but I just feel like I don't know if anyone would come. So if you would want to come to a meetup in like the Pennsylvania, New Jersey area, let me know and I will try to do one, but it definitely makes me really nervous. So we'll see. On Bren V, I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong, said, how are you finding being single? I hope you're having a blast. So being single to me has just been like being alone. I haven't been dating or anything, so it's not like, oh man, I'm like out there having a blast or whatever, but I have had a blast just doing whatever I want to do and not having like so many like things like, oh, I can't do that because I'm already busy like doing all these other things in my relationship. So that has been really nice to have more flexibility and to just like, if I want to relax on a Friday night, I can just relax. Like, because I was in a long distance relationship, there was like no relaxing. We were always traveling, always doing stuff, and it's exhausting. Like, as fun as it was, like we had so much fun, it was exhausting. And so I'm so happy that now I can do like weekend trips to see my friends, or I can just do nothing on a weekend, even though I really never do nothing. I'm doing these videos and I always have a project going on. But if I just want to like sit around and not really talk to anyone, I don't have to. And I find that super freeing and super exciting. So I pretty much am having a blast. Will I date soon? I don't know. It's kind of scary to me, but one day, obviously, I'll get back in the game. And finally, Jen asked me, what is my favorite she mask? And she said, Love from Ireland. Oh my god, thank you, Jen. Literally, the fact that there are people watching me from around the world is insane. So I love when you guys say where you're from, because that is like beyond like crazy to me. Like, just to visualize people all the way over there are watching me, and oh my god, it's just so cool. But my favorite sheet mask, I pulled out 3 because I couldn't just pick one. If you want a hydrating sheet mask, my favorite one is the Miss Spa Hydrate. This is not super inexpensive, but it has been super inexpensive on sale in the past. So if you can get it for like a few bucks, it's definitely worth it. And it's just a really basic hydrating sheet mask that you could just use day after day, because there's nothing like fancy to it. It's just super hydrating and I love it. For a like detoxifying, really wonderful sheet mask if your skin is acting up, Peach and Lily Reset Button. This is worth splashing out to me. This is $6 for one, and so I only use it when I really feel like I need it, but it's totally worth it to me. It calms your skin while purifying it. It hydrates it. It fits my face perfectly. It's such a great formula, and I just stand by Peach and Lily so much. And as like an honorable mention, their original glow sheet mask is a really nice, just like really hydrating mask. So if you have more money in your budget, I really recommend these because of the formula, the fit of the mask, and just, I don't know, there's just something special about Peach and Lily sheet masks that really are worth it to me. So these are great like higher end options, and then the Miss Spa is a great like drugstore option that I would really recommend. And those were all of the questions. So thank you guys so much for asking these questions, and thank you so much for watching this video and getting to know me more. I would love to do these on a more regular basis if you guys enjoy this. But I just have so much fun sharing different parts of myself with you guys, and that's why I'm glad that even though my channel is called Meg's Makeup 8, that I talk about so many things other than makeup, because makeup is something I enjoy, but it's not like all of who I am, obviously. And so this was just really fun to sit down and chat about other aspects of my personality. So thanks so much for watching, and let me know what Harry Potter house that you're in, because I would love to know. And I will see you guys really soon. Bye!